Yeah, so Josh Whedon was just and Jeff Johns went along with it. It's hurtful because Jeff Johns has written some of the best storylines. The
Yes,
Three
he did.
Jokers is a great storyline.
Mhm.
He's written the follow-up to Watchmen.
Oh, I gotta start reading more up on that, and watching the other one too. Because man, I've fallen off on that one.
Yeah, I gotta watch the series, but that original book is fantastic. Although the Doomsday Clock, so good, so good.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's because I think Feige knew where he was going. He knew he was on top, and he's gonna make sure everything's going in a certain direction, and he ain't taking shit for nothing because he's not messing up what he was building to get to. Because they told him it wasn't gonna work, and he was on point to go, fuck yeah, it's gonna work and it's gonna go great. And he took it and he kept going with it. I mean, Jeff is a really good writer, but he doesn't have that. I don't think he had that experience of like, hey, I need to make sure this is great. Okay, they gave me the reins. I'm going to go with it, but should I really say something about this guy? We're trying to finish a movie that, Zach left for a little bit, but I just don't think they didn't have the direction, or they just didn't have it there. And WB was trying
to leave. Zach got fired.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
They didn't come out and say it immediately because he got fired like right before his the unfortunate incident with his daughter.
Yeah,
they didn't want to come out and say, "Hey, he's fired," because they were like, "Oh, he's taking some time off. Oh, he decided not to come back." Like that's how they said it, but he was flat out.
It was more, but I mean, like, what did they even come up with a decent reason why he was fired, or was he just gone? They just weren't filling it.
Well, they never said he was fired. Because if you pay attention to the way the news worked, hey, we're bringing Josh Whedon on to write Batgirl, and then the minute they said that announcement, all that stuff came out about Zack Snyder's daughter, and they were like, "Oh, Zack Snyder's gonna step away for a while."
That was the perfect cover for it. It's just like, oh,
yeah. And then when everything got settled, they were like, "Yeah, Zack Snyder decided that not to come back to the project, so we're letting Josh Whedon take over." And then they were like, "Hey, we don't feel Josh Whedon's right for this Batgirl movie, so we're not gonna do that. He's gonna finish Justice League, and then we're gonna separate our ways." Like, and then to find out that the reason why they did Justice League so shitty was because the former CEO wanted to get a bonus to get it out before Christmas. That's literally what happened. They produced a subpar movie so that dude can get his bonus.
Why didn't they just fire that asshole?
They did. That's why WB now has a new.
That's right. They hired somebody new, right?
Huh?
They hired somebody new, right?
Yeah, but that's why they did it, because they're like, this guy doesn't care about our movies. So we don't need him.
I mean, they were looking at that they didn't care about anything anyway, so it didn't matter.
Well, that's why they fired him. But like now they got somebody new in there. They got a new idea and path of how they want to take DC movies, and so that's where they're going.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm about that life.
I am about that life.
I don't know if I'm about that life. I know that it's probably gonna. I know they're gonna work in Flashpoint, which is gonna be bad. They're gonna try to fit it quick, so it's like
you can see like three Supermans and a Batman. Like I'm about that life. Like,
yeah, you're about the Superman life, but they're not. They're not about any type of life in terms of DC. They're just they're out for bonuses. That's what they're out for.
Well, I'm not going to say that because they fired that guy and they got somebody new in the place to help not facilitate that kind of idealism. They took Jeff Johns. Well, they demoted Jeff Johns because Jeff Johns was chief creative officer of DC Comics, and now he's just a regular writer again. Jim Lee has that position now, and Jim Lee is fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, I follow what DC does. Okay, shoot me.
You kind of, yeah. Well, yeah. First they go, let's go on a budget and not really give a shit, and then, oh wait, let's fix our shit, and it's like, oh, it's too bad, too late. You guys could have, if you would have fixed, you would have started and fixed your shit and planned it out right, and just didn't give a shit how fast you did it. Take your time with it. It would have built it up pretty nicely, but they just wanted too much too fast, and it bit them in the ass.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They fired that one and they hired somebody new, and they're taking their time. Like, I disagree with the fact that they fired Ray Fisher because I think he was great at Cyborg. I think that story arc he had in Justice League where he was like, I'm sad. Wait, life is worth living. And as long as I have these people with me, I can have a great life. Like that's the arc he took in Justice League. That's like the biggest arc of that movie. It's like so good. Like,
well, compared to the 3.5 minutes that he had in the first version. I mean, shit, he just showed up. Boom, he's in a hoodie. Yay, I'm gonna fly. Yay. Okay, I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm done.
And then they bring in Superman, and Superman's arc in this movie is better than that Joss Whedon shit.
Yes, they gave it a bit more. They gave it a little bit more push. They put in the scenes that were, I mean, like there was a couple scenes in the original couple trailers that weren't in Joss Whedon's one.
Yeah.
And they put those back in, which was great because it gave more, I guess, emotion to Lois and Clark, whatever. You know, it gave more to it, which they needed because it just felt like in Joss Whedon, so Lois was just there for a couple minutes and that was it. There really wasn't a need for her to be in editing anyway.
Well, in his version, Batman brought in Lois because he needed to make sure that Clark saw the key. And in this version, she was there doing her job and she realized that's Clark in the sky and I need to stop him from doing something stupid.
Well,
I don't
funny was when
she called him Clark in the middle in front of everyone. What the fuck
and
is wrong with you?
everybody was just like, who's Clark?
Wait, Clark Kent? Clark Kent, man?
Those cops are like, Clark who? And then he's just like, oh, well, let me just pick this girl up and dip out.
Like, yeah, so I didn't like that part. I wish she would have said Superman, not Clark. But whatever.
It
I
don't
guess she
matter.
did a good job and realized what was going on and then saved everybody because of it. I like that.
I mean, none of those. I mean, they're not gonna bring. Wasn't one of the cops the original Jimmy?
No, he died in Afghanistan.
No. The original Jimmy.
Was he?
Christopher Reeves ones. He was one of the cops.
Was he?
I think he was the first one. One of the first. Yeah, he was one of the first cops, or he's one of those cops on there. He's one of them.
I gotta rewatch it because I gotta see that.
Yeah, he's in there. Because he was in there. I was like, okay, I seen him in the trailer, and then he said something and it turned, and I'm like, wait, that is him, because he was on Smallville, and I'm like, okay, cool, he's in there too. He's just jumping around. This is great.
And like Smallville, we know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was good. I don't know.
Moving on, something better. Yeah, like I enjoyed Justice League, but it wasn't that good, and I'm okay with moving away from that universe.
Yeah, I do like Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he's a really good Superman.
I would love to keep that. I would love.
Yeah,
I
don't know why they weren't keen on just progress his story. Who gives a shit about it? Just let him go with it. He can carry it. He can keep going with it. I don't know about you, but I thought Amy Adams just like aged like 20 years from Man of Steel to Justice League. Cause like, holy shit. Like she looked she just looked like she just started working in Man of Steel. And then you get to freaking Justice League, and maybe it was the makeup or maybe it was the way they had her just looking or whatever, but god damn, she looked old as shit. And I'm just like, yeah, if it's only supposed to be like a couple years between this, what the fuck? Like, what happened to her?
I disagree with that, but I get where you're coming from because it is said that like stress can age you older, which is why I look older, but you are older. I
mean, I'm only like
I've gone through
older. the stress that you've gone through, I mean, yes, maybe. I don't know.
Dude, you know my mom.
Yes.
You know the stress I've been under.
Yes. Yes.
So stress wise, I've been under more, but you are actually older than me, even though you look younger than me.
So just remember, just keep respecting your elders, and we'll have no problem.
So I can get why the stress of losing Clark and then dealing with the world and that kind of like age could make her look older.
Man, because I mean, shit, I already know. What's her name? Diane Lane. I already know Diane Lane is older. But shit, Amy Adams was looking right, almost close, man. Like she was pulling a good second towards her, and I'm going, wow, damn, they really aged the shit out of her. Like, okay, I know there's some stress out there, but god damn.
Yeah, her arc was under a lot of. I mean, she almost died in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah,
and then she almost died she almost died twice. One when they killed that Jimmy Olsen, which I hated, by the way.
Like I said, it's just different takes on it.
I know,
but there's DC lives in the multiverse, so embrace it, motherfucker. There's at least one Earth where he got shot in the head. Here it is. You finally saw it.
Yeah, it's you know what it is. It's Zack Snyder's trying to do the one arc I hate the most, the Injustice League.
Oh,
not Injustice League, Injustice, where Superman becomes this just psycho crazed killer. Like, I hate that arc, and that's the one they're doing. And so, unfortunately for me, I'm gonna hate certain situations. But the biggest problem is Henry Cavill wants another Superman movie. Like he wants to start another movie. Warner Brother feels that there is no way to write a proper Superman story. And from what I can tell, based on everybody that like talks about this, they're right. When everybody looks at Superman and what he can do, everybody always takes the he's too powerful approach. There's no way for us to write this character because he's too powerful. They don't focus. Michael Brian Bendis in C2E2, when he was announced to be writing Superman, he said the best thing ever. Superman is a father. He is a man just trying to make his way through the world. That's your story. You don't worry about how strong he is. You don't worry about how powerful he is. You worry about what makes him human. That's his story. And the people that write these movies don't look at that. They look at how powerful he is. What kind of we need a villain powerful enough to fight him, and that's not what you need. You get somebody who can fight Superman at an intellectual level. That's Lex Luthor. And you worry about what makes Superman Superman. It's not his power. It's him trying to fit into the world. That's your story, and that's what nobody can do. That's what nobody can write. They can write it for Captain America. They cannot write it for Superman.
Have you watched Superman and Lois?
Damn it, you had to go to see that.
Got it. You brought it up. You put it out there, and I was just like, oh, shit. Okay. So they literally humanized this shit out of him by giving him two grown-ass kids to make him go in that direction of being a father and learning how to do all of it. Now he's got to be a husband. Now he's got to be a father. Now he's got to take care of the planet, deal with his goddamn his damn father-in-law, and he's still got to deal with this. Oh wait, a multiverse freaking enemy. So boom, somebody can write it. It's just guess they just didn't find this guy to do it for a movie wise. But I like the fact that they're going slow with it. I don't know what they're doing with some parts of it, but I think I like it because I don't know where they're going with it.
I fucking hate you so much right now.
It's the one. Hey man, we saw it and we're just like, all right, we're gonna keep watching it. It's decent. It's got us differently. And the bad part is it feels like they put actual money into a CW show for Superman. a bit. Like it's a little bit more upscale. The CG is better. It's not great, but it's way better than what the other shows are. And it's like, wow, it's got a story where it focuses on their family.
Okay, so here's the issue. You're not the first person to bring this up to me. I'll put that up. I am torn because when they first introduced this version of Superman, it was an insult.
Yeah, it was.
It was a massive insult. So that makes me not want to watch the character. But I keep hearing it's about his humanization, and I'm like, son of a bitch, you guys. That is Superman. But it's like I'm torn. Like, do I watch it? Do I not watch it? Like,
well, the best part, at least at the moment, it's not really connected to anywhere else. So it's only focused on their show, which is great, and it's just on it, and it's digging into them, and they've recast a couple characters from. They were already in it, but they just recast them for it, which is great, and it seems to be going interesting because it's like, okay, I'm used to having it just being, Clark and Lois, or Clark, Lois, and his mom, or if his dad's still around to the point like they did with Lois and Clark. He still had both of his parents for a while, and then in Smallville he had his mom around for a while. Now he don't. He's got something totally different, and it's just damn. Let's just throw 2 teenage kids on this motherfucker too. So now he's got like, holy shit, he's really got to rethink everything.
Yeah, Michael Brian Bendis, he did a similar storyline where like he has the son, Jonathan Kent, and they bring back Jor-El. Jor-El isn't dead. He's never went to Earth, but he's been like in the universe. And he takes Jonathan into space, even though Clark says no. Lois like, let him go, and they get their son back, and he's like 5 years older. And it just irritates the hell out of Superman to the point where he's like going into space destroying comets, and he gets his son's missing, and he gets his son back, and he's like 5 years older, and he's upset, and you know what I mean? Like you see him as a person, like the anger, the sadness, all the things that like destroy people. Like like how would you feel if you lost your son for like your son's only been gone for 2 months, but he comes back 5 years older? Like.
Wasn't that Angel?
Huh?
Didn't it happen? Oh, yeah, Angel. But I mean, yeah, but it like Warner Brothers can't say that there isn't somebody out there that could do it because they're doing it. However, they have a longer. They don't have to condense the story to 2 hours or 2.5 hours. They can play it out over a series of episodes, which is good. So nobody say they can't do it. It's just they're doing it. I mean, when they did Crisis on the CW, it started off with him just having 1 baby, and then Crisis ended with 2. And the next thing you know, it turned out to be 2 teenagers. So it was just like, holy shit, they really changed it up.
Okay, here. That's because at the end of the New 52, that happened. Like the Superman that is that are in the comics now is not the Superman from the New 52. It is the Superman from the Death of Superman. So it's a different Earth combined with that new if you read Future and you know what I'm talking about, where the entire multiverse gets blown apart and they get put back together. And the New 52 Superman dies, gone, completely evaporated. Lois Lane got his powers and she became Super Lois for a while. And then she disappears. But then they bring in Superman and Lois from that universe of the Death of Superman universe where they have a kid. And it's just a mismatch of different characters. Wonder Woman, Batman from this universe, Superman, Wonder Woman from this universe. Like they reset the entire universe and it was so good. They reset the Flash. They reset Green Lantern. Like they just did all these new different things, and I loved it. Comic book nerd, that hardcore DC guy. So, like, I'm behind. I'm like so far behind at this point. Doesn't matter. Like I am like literally about a year and a half behind because job, money, not being able, COVID, all kind of affecting my comic book reading. Anyways, but like so I'm like behind. I don't know where they're at now, which really got me irritated. Um, but like Doomsday Clock is supposed to bring like Superman and Doom and like it's the combination of the Watchmen and like DC Universe. So I don't know how that ended. No idea. Anyways, moving forward. So yeah, that's the thing. Like it's so many things, and they took that literally from Michael Brian Bennett's Michael Brian Bennett's storyline. They got it from. So because he understands the character, and I respect him so much for that. Like,
damn,
my nerd just came out. I know. I just like
it was peaking there. It was showing. I mean, if you weren't married, I don't think you would have hit a few nerves. But hey, we know whatever. You're good,
dude. The Batman story right now, and this new version of Batman is the best stories I've ever seen. The Bat family is so huge. Where you have Nightwing and Batwing and Red Robin and Batgirl and Batwoman and Sonic and so many characters I can't even name. Like it's so good right now. Like they brought in so many different characters. Like I don't know if you remember Tim Drake's girlfriend Robin, who like he thought was dead, but then came back, and it's so good, And the fact that Batman thought that Red Robin was dead for a while, but he's actually stuck in some kind of like intertwined universe thing with the Watchmen kind of stuff. Like it's,
did you hear who they cast as Dr. Fate?
Pierce Brosnan.
Yep.
They're clearly going with an older one, which is probably going to end up dying and bringing a younger one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, he's a good actor. If he was younger, that'd be amazing, but he's not. But still, I think it's a decent choice.
It's a good starting point.
Yeah, it's a good starting point because I'm pretty sure they'll bring somebody in younger and take it, which would. I just hope it isn't just kind of like the 2 or 3 minutes of it and then poof, he's out. Like
if he's playing that character, when the guy puts on the hood, he's going to be talking to Pierce Brosnan the entire time. Mm. Like it's going to be both the personalities in the like the young guy talking to the old guy. So you get that physicality of the younger guy, but the knowledge and personality of the older guy. So like kind of like what they did with Firestorm. What's his name?
Firestorm?
Firestorm. Thank you, sir. I'm bad with names. I know these characters.
Like I said at first, you didn't say nothing, so I'm just like, maybe you just didn't hear me the first time.
Yeah. Oh, I missed that part. Yeah, I did.
I was like, Firestorm?
I told you, I hear you very low on my headphones. I can barely hear you.
It's loud.
When they get that older guy, the young guy together, like just that kind of scenario.
I'm hoping it does good. Hoping for it. But
what do you think about Black Widow?
I will be enjoying it from my theater.
I'm hoping to enjoy it from out of theater. We'll see how. Actually, you know what? If I can get a shot on Monday and then get another shot 2 weeks later, I will be joining it from theater too.
You can. Wait. All right. You wait. You said you're joining what?
I said a modern theater.
Oh, I was going, well, I mean, I don't really care if you had if you get the vaccine or whatever, you are more than welcome to join us in our theater while we watch it.
Oh, your personal theater.
That's why I said my theater.
I heard modern theater.
No, my theater. I ain't
I heard modern.
Unless see, now this would be the one instance where, hey, if I got the shot and she got the shot, but little one can't get the shot, then we can't go see it in the theater. It would just be, she would just be like, well, we always go see all the Marvel movies in the theater together. We can't go do that. So, hey, we'll just bring it here. We got Disney Plus. We'll just put it on him.
No. It's Disney Plus Premium.
Yeah.
You got to pay extra to watch Black Widow.
Hey, you know what? If you think about it, I already got popcorn. I got a shitload of candy and stuff already here that we already got. And we can just get hot dogs and stuff from the store. Oh, wait, look, we have liquor. So anybody wants liquor while they're here, we can have it. Let's just go ahead, enjoy it. And I'll turn on the subwoofer and we'll definitely get at least the vibration of, hey, this is going to be a loud ass movie.
No, dude, I am 100% down with you. I'm willing to pay it. Like, I will go to a theater, but I'm also willing to pay for it. Like, that's Black Widow.
Yeah, I want to see how this goes. What is this? It's probably end up being like what, $29.99 or $39.99. I'm fine with that. That's basically, I mean, if it's
that was rude. I didn't realize my phone was
all of us here. If we all split that up, we're basically paying like what, $2 or $3 for a movie ticket.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's do that shit because we both know it's gonna be $10-$11 plus whatever tax we got to pay for each person to go in there. And then we got to go ahead and stand around with some motherfuckers, and we don't even know if they got the shot yet. Yeah, I'm good.
You know what?
Yeah, I'm good.
For me, at one level,
Mhm.
with a mask and this vaccine, I don't care if people got the shot or not. I'm good. No, but we can totally do that. We can totally.
I'm down with it. We'll put it on, we'll blast it, boom, done. It'll get good. I gotta hook up that other. I gotta rehook up the other sub on the other side, and then poof, it'll be fine. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping they put Taskmaster to the test with it. I mean,
have you heard the theory
of
the Black Widow theory?
That Yelena's surviving and taking up the mantle?
No.
What?
All right. So this is not my theory. I was watching a different YouTube channel when I heard this theory, and I thought it was good. I will give credit to the channel. The channel was the Carlin brothers, I believe.
Bad with names, right?
Huh?
Bad with names, right?
I subscribe. I don't. But their theory was, it might not even be there. It could be somebody else's theory, but they're the ones that presented this to me, so I'm giving them credit. Elena and Natasha swap faces. And so the person that went over the cliff in game was actually Elena. And so the person that's be coming back into the role, even though the different actress, will be Natasha. And I would say that's a BS storyline, but they did do it in the comics for a while, where Natasha and Elena exchanged faces, and Scarlet Witch was Elena as Natasha. So it's a possibility. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it's a very good theory, and it makes you.
I could give it the way I see it, and how it gives it even more credibility is that they have not really mentioned anything about this being her final role. They did it for Chris Evans. They did it for Robert Downey Jr., where they hinted and they kept going with it, and it got steam, and it just kept going and going and going. Like, people already knew, hey, they saw her die. So if she comes back for another one after that, it has to be set between something, prequel somehow, somewhere, some other, but they're not really, and they haven't really gone full blown saying this is her final movie. Like, this is her last time playing Black Widow. They haven't. They just keep saying this is Black Widow before Infinity War, which is okay. I could see it. And I think I did hear one person with it, but I don't know.
Excuse me. I mean, if you think about it, Hulk did try to bring her back, but was unable to.
The hell? Here we go.
He did say that. Like, he tried to bring it back. He wasn't able to. He wasn't able to. I have the hiccups now. Excuse me.
It, you want me to count?
Just start talking. It'll be fine.
I mean, I heard a couple other ones with it. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they did it so that way they keep Black Widow here. It would be an interesting take on it. It would probably piss off some people because they're like, "Oh, we saw her die over there," and the thing. But hey, who cares? It's a freaking character. People like to people like to see them do that. And if they did this type of little, like, you know, I won't call it backhanded secret type play, but it could be something Marvel would do because they do like changing it up a little bit and not pissing off the more fans because they just focus directly on what's happening in the movies. A lot of the people that do read the comics know what's up, but it'd be a nice little bait and switch. That'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind it. Just to see Scarlett Johansson a couple more times. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
No, it wouldn't be. It would not be. It would not be Scarlett Johansson. It would be Florence Pugh.
Yeah, Florence Pugh.
She would take over the Natasha Romanoff role because, remember,
but if it's according to the theory,
huh?
But if it's according to the theory that they switched, then Yelena died.
Yes.
But Scarlett's still around.
No, Elena using Scarlett Johansson's face died.
Right.
She's gone. It would be Natasha using Florence Pugh's face.
Oh. Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. But when they reveal it, it would be like kind of like I wouldn't say a kick in the stomach, but, you know, people will get pissed, be like, oh, well, you know, we were crying because, you know, she fell off the cliff, blah, 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 blah. Well, shit, man, who cares? It's still a movie. Just keep going with it.
There's an end credit. I don't remember what movie's in, but there's a deleted scene, not end credit. Excuse me, a deleted scene where Natasha goes and visits the graves of her parents.
Oh, I don't.
But in Endgame, when they said the name of her father, she didn't know who her parents were. She's like, I don't know my parents. And then when Hawkeye came ready to go over, she would not let him. Yeah, you could say, yeah, it's because she loved him too much to let him die. But it also could be because he thought he was sacrificing his life for somebody who wasn't going to die. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. For her to sacrifice her life would mean more to that situation than for him to sacrifice his life at that exact moment.
Okay.
So, like, if he would have went over, it would have meant nothing to Elena. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But if he thinks it's Natasha going over, it means more to him.
Soul for a soul, right?
A soul for a soul. And so you get Natasha Romanoff back, but you get a new actress to play her, and it's okay.
Until they want her to reveal her face in some way and bring her in, which would be kind of cool because then it's kind of like, all right, you could bring her in as sometime later or something as a secret thing or an end credit scene and just have the audience go nuts.
Exactly. Yeah. The only problem with that is, like, her body's dead. Her face is gone. She can't get it back. There's no way to get her face back. And during Endgame, she's more blonde than she is redhead.
Mm-hmm.
And you can say, yeah, she dyed it, but you can also say that Elena's actual hair color is blonde, and in the Black Widow movie, she dyes it black.
All these damn theories just make you wonder.
And she was wearing the vest of Elena through motherfucker through most of Endgame. So the theory that works, and so like my interest now is to see if that's an actual.
See if it's true.
Yes.
Oh, hopefully it is. I mean, it'd be a nice theory. Like I said, it'd be a cool end credit scene to see her pop up and be like, "Oh wow, that's like okay." They're planning this out a lot longer than we thought, which is good. Which means they got a game plan. They know where they're going.
Well, remember the very first thing that's supposed to drop was Black Widow.
Yeah, it was supposed
Scarlet
to.
Witch was not, or WandaVision wasn't supposed to drop until right before. Until right before Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, because Falcon and Winter Soldier was supposed to come out for, well, in terms of the shows, that was supposed to come out after Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
But they had to. Thanks, COVID.
Yep.
But well, we're hitting that 145 mark.
Yep.
Oof. Might be pushing it to upload, but
I say we call it now, and we'll talk about it later.
Call it. I'll get it set up and everything. But I mean, hey, man, this has been a nice, good. Lot of theories to think about. A lot of critiques.
I mean, minus the hiccups, this has been a great show.
Yeah, it has. It has. Not a good show for Joss Whedon, but it's been pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, he doesn't deserve a good show because of the shit he's done.
Yeah, because of the shit he has done.
He's been anti-feminist, calling himself a feminist, been a racist, and has treated people like they're not worth anything. So, fuck him.
Man, he could have had the world and just couldn't.
Could have had the world. Didn't do shit.
Mm-mm. But it's a pretty good.
Before we go, I got to ask you: have you seen the Schmodown?
I've seen one or two of them afterwards.
You need to start watching the Schmodown. The movie Trivia Schmodown is awesome. You need to start watching it. And Blurs in the Herd. Start watching those two.
Blurs in the Herd?
The hiccups. Blurs and the Hood.
Oh, Blurs in the Hood, the one you told me to watch before.
Yes, with Jay Washington and Winston Marshall. Winston A. Marshall. So
I'll start checking that. I'm gonna start checking it out. We can have a nice conversation on the next one for it.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. They would appreciate that as well.
All right, man. Well, to the next time.
Until the next time, we are out. Peace.
Doses.